This video is all about the automatic bypass, often not fitted because installers can't be bothered or they say it's in the boiler, I'm going home. But it is a requirement, especially here on an S-plan, because at 11 o'clock these are going to close. But the boiler will be full of latent heat and it may incorporate pump overrun. Some do, some don't. Especially cast iron boilers, they will definitely have pump overrun, but it won't be built inside because obviously the pump will run for hours and hours. So we have to do a little mini circuit. So if you see gate valve here, bullet fix valve, no, that's not an automatic bypass because our TIVs go up and down and therefore we'll have fluctuating pressures. The idea is that this heat exchanger has a constant flow rate and a pressure rate, but it's the flow that's important. And this automatic bypass solves that problem, especially after 11 o'clock. But anyway, so first of all, it's fitted about 1 metre to 1.5 meters away from the isolating valves. So there's a little mini circuit here and then a giant circuit out there. But whatever happens there doesn't affect the spoiler. So we turned it all the way off. We go to every single TIV in the house and turn those off completely. So the only ones that should actually be on would be the hall radiator, the bathroom radiator, and maybe a small one in the utility or another loo or somewhere where it can't possibly heat the room up to 18-20 degrees. So we don't bother putting the TIV in, it's just a waste of money. So here we are. All we're going to do now is switch the boiler onto maximum temperature. So the thermostat here will be on high, the room thermostat will be on high, and within a minute or two or three, this boiler will start complaining. We'll get popping noises, the metal is expanding. The pump, look at the pressure gauge, it should be about 1 bar for a 3-bedroom semi or lower. If that pressure gauge is up here towards the 2, it will then start creating air bubbles, which this boiler here, the heat exchanger, will turn into air. That air turns into bubbles and they explode, and that's that kettling noises that we hear. So what we'll do is we'll just very slowly turn this automatic bypass on until the sound disappears and we're quite happy that everything is working well. We can check it with a laser thermometer. So I've made a video with balancing radiators, but what we'll do is here on the negative side it will measure that temperature, and here on the positive side we'll also measure it and it should be the same. And then we know that the valve is opened as it should be and it's not being overheated. So we can put this cap back on. We can now turn on the TIVs around the house. Now we know that whatever the customer end user does with the TIVs, this will have its own mini circuit and the boiler's lovely and happy. But always remember the pressure gauge, keep it around 1 bar from cold. If it goes up a little bit, that's fine. If it goes up a long way, you might be looking at an external expansion vessel. Start with 12 litres. But that's the object of our exercise. We want to keep the pressure low because then the pump can't make air bubbles and that turns into sludge. I hope you found this video interesting, and now you know how to set up a bypass, or in the box there'll be instructions anyway, but this is the way that we teach and it works fine. Thanks for watching.